Good afternoon and welcome to the Parenting Versus Podcast.
Le podcast.
Le Podcast. And
I said le because I'm drinking lambic, and it's a French fruit infused.
It is a La France.
It is de la France. I don't speak French. It's a French raspberry infused type ale.
Yeah.
It's more like a fizzy, delicious juice.
Yeah, and it is pretty good, but yeah. We're in good moods because Lindsay has her lambic.
I got my hair did.
She got her hair did. She looks stunning, I must
thanks.
say. I'm happy because I got to look at my wife.
Oh, wow.
And
You got a little something brown on your nose right there.
Yeah, it's called,
Oh, wait, that's just your skin.
It's called my skin, yeah. And I got to look at Jeff's brown face just now when I looked at his SoundCloud.
Jeff, I'm forever going to be competing with you.
No, you're not. I just love Jeff.
I know.
Even though he lives like 700 miles away in Southern California.
Why is our two-year-old wearing a helmet?
Because he really wanted to wear it so badly.
He's walking around the yard in a diaper and a helmet.
Yep, he wanted to ride his bike. So anyway, yeah, Jeff's smiling face. Okay, so let's get our shout-outs out right away. So Jeff Omidvaran does our music. Well, he doesn't do it for us, but he's a musician, and I've known him for years. And check out his SoundCloud, Jeff Omidvaran SoundCloud. Thank you, Luke. That's our son. And also check out Lindsay's brother's books. He wrote an epic novel that took many years to write. It's called The Gray Isle, right? So check out ryanpfreeman.com. Also, I noticed your brother, is he doing radio now?
He's working at one of the stations in Quincy, the TV stations.
Yeah, but I saw on Facebook that he was interviewing people. Like he was hosting people.
Yeah, he does the morning broadcast.
So, but he was talking about like authors and stuff.
Huh, I don't know.
So I know Ryan listens, so maybe Ryan can fill us in. But
thanks, buddy.
It says something about Ryan hosting.
I have no clue, dude. You're asking the wrong Freeman, because I'm not a Freeman anymore.
You are still a Freeman.
I need to give a shout out too.
Okay, give a shout out.
A local shout out. I'm gonna give a shout out to Elizabeth at the salon called Ooh Girl, who did your hair. No, seriously, that's what it's called. And despite the name, they do good work. They're here in Albuquerque.
The business is called Ooh Girl, Who Did Your Hair?
And guess what? They did my hair, and I'm very happy with it. So thank you. And if you have a minute, check out their stuff. Elizabeth did a great job. She was amazing, basically.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm looking at Ryan's... Riley has a beer. Cool. Give me that beer! Okay, I got it. It says, today on hashtag RyeFry, Ryan P. Freeman hosts hashtag author Alexis, who? And you're scrolling up, I'm trying to read. Alexis Saints, as she talks identity, influence, and social action.
Oh, I think he does this for his website. It's just like a column. It's like a writing thing. It's not a radio thing.
I thought it was a radio thing. I saw hosts, and that's what I thought.
Riley, don't do that.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh my gosh.
Hey, what's up? I had your sea creatures. Yeah. So, tonight, Lindsay and I are going to go to a high school football game. Mm-hmm.
Because we have the maturity of 15-year-old kids.
No, because we're adults.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
We're
true.
adults, and that's what adults do.
We're grown-ups.
Yeah. Now, actually, what happened is I teach 9th grade. No, Riley, do not do that. Here, give me your phone. Let me charge it.
Oh my gosh,
you talk for a second.
Our 2-year-old has constantly creating new scenarios in which we have to be afraid of. He learned how to crawl out of the crib, so he's been hopping out of his crib and over the baby gate like a toddler Olympian. And now he's found a way to get to the phone charger without help. And our 5-year-old has discovered farts.
Can you believe we're able to do a podcast in this environment?
No.
No, I'm not either.
So I think the alcohol helps a little bit.
Maybe.
Takes the edge off.
I'm going to distract him for a second. Hey, Riley, go ride your bike. Show me how you ride your bike. Luke, can you show Riley how to ride his bike?
And our
Okay.
1-year-old is just happily eating spaghetti.
So Luke, whatever Luke does, Riley does.
yeah.
And so if I tell Luke to do something, Riley will follow him.
You know that expression, like, this isn't my circus and these aren't my monkeys?
I've never heard that expression in my
Oh,
life.
well, this is our circus and these are our monkeys.
Yes, they are.
All of them.
And I love them.
It's definitely a circus.
I think he thinks I'm the king.
Okay, so why don't you talk for a second? I'm going to get them some pizza.
Okay. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. Actually, I don't know what it is, but it's pizza. Oh, it's Smith's. All right, cool. So, anyway, yeah. So we're going to feed these kids. We're going to go to a high school football game. The Highland Hornets. Highland High School. Hey, it's a good thing you're wearing a helmet, Riley. Luke, enough.
Because I can't pull his hair.
You guys need to just chill. Daddy's going to get you some pizza. Life is good. Let go, please. Don't do that. Wow.
This is going to choke you.
Hey. Not nice, Luke. Stop it. Oh my gosh. This is nuts. These guys are...
Ow.
Hey, you guys need to not do that, okay? Okay. Whoa, you're sweaty, mister. I took the helmet off my 2-year-old and his head is like covered in sweat. Now, yeah, go rub it around all over your brother. You look like you have a trucker ring around your head, Riley. Oh my goodness.
Here you go, Riley. Over here.
So we're gonna go to a high school football game. Should be fun. I don't think I've been to a high school football game since high school, probably. So that's pretty cool. Well, I take that back. I used to work at the Juvenile Detention Center, and I did go to a couple of their games because yes, they are allowed to play football. It's a good way to get that angst out. But yeah, the weather is still fairly nice here in Albuquerque. It's a little breeze, some sunshine. Not too cold yet. I don't know. It's been good so far this week, I think.
Are you talking about weather?
I don't know.
You must be bored.
Yeah. I feel like I don't have a whole lot of things to really emphasize right now.
Yeah. Well,
Here comes the token airplane.
yeah. There's an airplane. All right, so I'll tell you the story. Not me.
Oh, you know what?
What?
I just thought of something.
What'd you think of?
Well, I'm really excited
Okay, why are you excited?
because my best friend in Denver got 2 tickets to
Yes,
Arcade
you're going to
Fire.
Arcade Fair. Yes, I know.
I just wanted to rub it in a little.
Okay, go ahead.
They're floor seats. Mm-hmm. And I'm really excited.
Awesome.
You are so not excited for me.
No, I am excited. Hi.
This is
our life. All right, so
cheers. Can we just
cheers. So tonight we're going to a football game, high school football game. The first time I've been to a high school football game probably since I was in high school.
I literally just
think-
said those exact words.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay. So last year I taught 9th grade. The year before that I taught middle school. But yesterday I'm teaching freshmen, and so I'm teaching freshmen, and the Highland High School program is redeveloping. Like basically we are terrible. We're not that
The
good.
football program?
The football program.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not good at all. So since I teach freshmen, I don't have a lot of like football players, right? Like I have some football players that like they're on the C team, but this year for whatever reason we have a really good freshman class, academically and sportsly.
Sportsly.
So
So did they make varsity?
So we scratched our C team because I guess there weren't enough freshmen to join the C team. But the kids that are freshmen, there are some of them that are starting varsity.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good for them.
they're really good. So Highland High School, we have a good history. Like we have a great history in sports and academics, and we are the second high school in Albuquerque. The first high school being Albuquerque High, second is Highland High School. And there's even an NFL player that came from Highland. I don't know, I looked him up today because jerseys in our hall. If you go down our main hall at Highland High School, it's like a trophy, like it's like a museum, basically.
Yeah, it's
it
pretty
really
cool.
is.
I really like it, actually.
It's a really old high school. It's built in the 40s. And it's, anyway, we are running an old, quote unquote, I talked to the coach today, we're running an old school offense. So it's a lot of running, a lot of handoffs, a lot of options, just like the University of New Mexico. Go Lobos. So it should be an exciting game. We're playing St. Pius.
Ooh.
St. Pius, they're the Catholic school in town.
Jeez.
They are a private school. It costs a lot of money to go there. So a bunch of rich kids, basically. There are 2 rich schools in town. There's Albuquerque Academy. They are the richest of the rich, or the smartest of the smartest, who happen to have
that pocket change?
not the pocket change. The smartest of the smarts. They get scholarships
Yeah.
to Albuquerque Academy. Albuquerque Academy is top notch. So they're the richest, and then St. Pius. They are, they're rich, but they're Catholic.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it should be a fun time, and I'm excited. I kind of am. I don't know.
No, you know what? I like high school football. I feel like there's something nostalgic about it. There's something fun about it. It kind of puts you back. It puts you back in that mode.
Yeah.
I used to go to football games when I was in high school, and I used to love that. And
Yeah.
may have dated some
I did-
football players as well.
I did too, because I was in the band, and I definitely didn't date football players. So
You didn't?
no, I didn't.
No, I wasn't a cheerleader.
I
though,
didn't
which
date
is rare.
anybody. I didn't date anybody in high school.
Well,
Don't feel bad for me.
I don't
just
feel
didn't.
bad for you. I just feel a little awkward having this conversation.
Whatever. We're not going to have this
Yeah.
conversation. I'm going to tell you about something, and I wanted to get your opinion on it.
Okay, tell me.
So, I'm almost done with this book called Faith Unraveled by Rachel.
Oh, there it is again.
I am almost done with this book called Faith Unraveled by Rachel Held Evans. There are flies everywhere in our backyard.
They're everywhere in Albuquerque.
Goodness.
It's because of the rain.
I guess. Wow. I should light that citronella candle.
Yes.
Maybe I will in a second.
Okay, continue.
So I'm reading the book, and okay, let me backtrack a little bit. On Tuesday, we had our community group, and
Speaking of community group,
uh-huh.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to interrupt you this
Yeah,
entire
go ahead.
time.
Whatever.
I feel bad because our community group leader family was like, hey, let's have brats, or if you guys have any suggestions.
Yeah.
And then I said shish kebabs because I just happened to think,
We have a group text with them.
like, yum, shish kebabs. And we haven't had them in a while. And ketogenic, I was thinking that might be good. And not as many
By the way,
nitrates.
pineapple is 100% anti-ketogenic.
That's okay. Pineapple is its own category.
Thank you. Leave that there, please.
Whoa.
That's like from when you had it 2 weeks ago.
It's empty.
Anyway.
So I was just thinking that would be a good idea, but I feel like maybe people are mad at me now because I can never just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. Thank you, Luke. I don't think people are mad at you. I think that I wanted brats, but
We have brats literally at least once a day around.
you were
here.
like,
I swear.
You said 2 words. So
Riley!
you said 2 words. You were like, shish kebabs, and then Easton was like, hey, why don't you guys tell me shish kebab sounds good? Tell me what you guys want to bring, meats and vegetables. And you're like, pineapples, and I was like, oh my gosh, shish kebabs is like the worst, and pineapples is like even worse than that.
Well, the world's not always going to go your direction. You might
That's
want to
true.
go check on Riley.
I'm gonna go check over.
He's getting into some stuff. That's the thing. I've been trying to explain to my 5-year-old also, and maybe I need to explain it to my 34-year-old husband. Life isn't fair. It's not ever going to be fair. It never has been fair. There's no such thing as fair in life. So if life gives you shish kebabs and pineapple, then you eat it. Or you choose to be hungry. It's not always going to be fair. And it's not always going to be all brats, Life is not always going to be brats. It's sometimes shish kebabs and pineapple.
And rotten.
And rotten, my 5-year-old says. Hey, come here for a second. He started kindergarten. Tell everybody out there in Radioland about how your kindergarten was this week. What did you do?
I got to go to music class.
You got to go to music class, right on.
And guess what we got to do?
What?
Throw pies at the teachers.
Wait, you threw pies at the teachers?
Yeah, we got to throw pies at the teachers.
That sounds like my kind of kindergarten. That sounds fun. And we brought snack the other day.
Yeah, and she said, it's your day today.
Yeah?
And she said, no, it's actually not your day.
It wasn't your day, but you still ate, she still had you guys eat the snack, right?
Yeah, they still use the extra.
How do you feel about the quality of the snacks in kindergarten?
Good?
Yeah? You feel like you're getting some good quality snack time?
Yeah.
Good.
With everybody, with kindergarteners.
You made some friends?
Yeah. And mostly my friends are on band play.
Or like what?
Bam, play.
Bam, play. You got to fight for your right to be a kindergartner sometimes.
True.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Okay. So, I teach science, and every year, there's so much noise in our house. Every year, we start off with the scientific method and scientific inquiry. Basically, how do you... Should we do this later?
Are you going to sit and actually eat your pizza if I get you another piece? Because if you get up again, Diego might get it.
Okay, go get him some pizza, and I'm going to talk about boring stuff that you probably hate anyway.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
Stop judging me, man.
I'm not judging you. All right, so
Bye, pizza. All right, come on.
even though I want you to answer some questions when you're back. Okay. All right, so I teach science. I teach biology to ninth graders. And every year we start with scientific inquiry and the scientific method. So it helps to start the year knowing how to think scientifically. But it's kind of a trick on the students, because even though we want them to think scientifically in the class, the bigger picture, which we write in our lesson plans, we have these flies. Oh my gosh. So we write in our lesson plans, what do you want these kids to retain 40 years from now? And that is the big picture. What do you want the kids to retain 10 years from now? Okay. What do you want the kids to retain a year from now? What do you want the kids to retain 6 months from now? What do you want the kids to retain a week from now? Or 2 weeks from now? In a month or 2 weeks. Luke, mommy's...
Alligator.
Yes, you want to say alligator. Mommy's bringing you some pizza. So the 40 year, what I want my kids to retain is basically, how do you make decisions? How do you decide what is true, what is not true, what is good, what is bad? Like, just think scientifically. Don't just accept everything that every single person brings to you without questioning it. Okay? Because that's what science is, right? Science is discovery, science is questions. Well,
Science is also super sexy.
thank you. So it starts with a problem or a question, basically. You know what I mean? Like, that's what science is. And then there's a process. But, so we're deep in the scientific inquiry unit. And we are doing case studies. We're looking at case studies. Okay? So a case study is, you know what a case study is.
I do, in fact.
But we looked at real case studies, and now we're looking at fictional case studies, just so they can get a hang of. We want them to get a hang of, identifying different components of a scientific explanation. I'm sorry, what was your question? Your phone is charging.
Oh.
So we're. So we got thrown off for a second. We're gonna move on though.
No, you need to
So Luke, go
You're
eat your pizza,
gonna be
bud. The flies are gonna eat it first.
trouble. Your pants are also on backwards. Hey, eat your dinner, please.
All right, so
No
we're
dessert.
looking at a case study with SpongeBob SquarePants and his friends or whatever, right?
In Bikini Bottom?
In Bikini Bottom, yes. So there's a case study where, wow, how do we survive with kids? How do we do this?
Well, I think we have such small amounts of sleep that we're just delirious and we don't know what's happening most of the time.
Right. We can't carve out a time in our day to record a podcast without them. This is just what we love to do.
Eat water and glass.
I'm just gonna keep going. So, in this case study, okay, I have a point. I really do.
Okay, I'm listening. Just please get to it because I'm trying to focus here.
I'm going to. SpongeBob has a friend. His name is Gary, right? And he has slimatosis. He has slime on his shell, and Patrick makes a suggestion to him. He says, Patrick says, hey, you need to rub seaweed on the shell. Okay, so this is the experiment.
Right.
But a side note of the experiment is, who do you get your information from? Do you guys? And I asked the class, like, hey, do you guys trust Patrick? Do you trust what Patrick has to say about this medical condition? And all the class was like, no, we don't trust Patrick because he doesn't know anything about slimatosis.
Patrick is not a doctor. He is not a board certified physician.
So we started to talk about exactly. We started to talk about who do
He's a hack.
Who do we trust in the world? And I went on that thing because there's a lot of information out there in the world, right? I'm getting attacked by flies. My son is screaming and shouting.
Oh. Don't give him any reaction. He's just going to keep doing it.
Okay. So basically my lesson was like, who are we trusting? Who do we look for our information? What is truth? What is not truth? What is false? And I was trying to emphasize to my kids, like, science is not just science all the time. It's about kind of trying to understand, how do we think? How do we make decisions? How do we understand what is true, what is not true? And I felt like that was very important, especially today. These kids are some of the first people of their generation that are very reliant on the internet. Anyway, that was that. And this
critical thinking skills.
Yes, and that ties back to our community group. Okay, I'm going to pause the podcast just for a second. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking here in a second. But basically what I wanted to talk about was how in our community group I was talking about, like, what do we believe, especially in our faith? What is true, what is not true? How do we decide what that is? A lot of this is compounding for me. Because I'm reading a book called Faith. I know, it's called Faith Unraveled by Rachel Held Evans. Mm-hmm. And she's talking about, and she's asking all these serious questions that I've had in the back of my mind for a long time. Okay? Serious questions. So I'm asking these questions too, and I'm trying to make sense of this. And I'm also trying to teach my kids at school, my ninth graders, not my kids. Eventually I'll teach them these things once they're there. But I'm trying to figure out, how do we decide what is real, what is not real, what do we believe, what is reliable, what is trustworthy? Because growing up, I was taught that, okay, there are certain things that are trustworthy. Number one, the Bible. The Bible is trustworthy. You can trust the Bible. Okay? That's what I was taught. The Bible is infallible. It is God's word. It's everything, right? And as I was reading this book today, there was a chapter on the Bible that she was talking about. And I guess she's going to write a whole book about the Bible here pretty soon. She has a couple other books after this. I think this might be one of her early books. But I'm taught this, that the Bible is infallible. But there's a lot of...
It's infallible.
Infallible. But there are a lot of contradictions that are within the Bible. And Rachel, I'll call her, she points out these contradictions inside her book, and how she had these questions. It's okay, he's just playing. It's all right. He's playing. He's 2. Lindsay's becoming a little frustrated right now.
I'm frustrated because I've been around this all day long.
Around
and
what?
I'm just, my nerves are kind of just shot right now. I'm trying really hard to focus on what you're saying, and I really can't. I'm having a really hard time, like, even getting into the conversation because I am focused on this in front of me. And a 5-year-old who is blatantly being an a-hole. A 2-year-old who's super loud, and a 1-year-old who is doing all right now.
She's eating her pizza.
I gave her brother's pizza,
Yeah.
which is a bummer because they're both going to be really hungry since they didn't eat the dinner. And there will be no snacks at the football game.
Natural consequences.
Yep. Whoa.
What?
Did you hear what he just said?
What do you say?
Hold on a second.
Okay, I'm not sure where we left off yesterday, but yesterday we were recording and we're back. We're back from our break. We're in Santa Fe, New Mexico, in the draft station. The draft station is a tap room that's right on the plaza, and it's pretty awesome. It used to be the Marble Tap Room, and we haven't been here since then. They've expanded. You hear our kids. Our kids are super stoked and excited, especially Juliet. She's so happy. We're making tons of noise, but I really don't care because there's nobody here. We're like the only ones here.
Well, so they have this little game room. They tripled the size of their building. It's upstairs off the plaza in Santa Fe. And they have this like kid-size, life-size Connect 4. And so our kids are like, they're like putting the little rings in the thing and then letting it go and watching them fall. And they think it's like the coolest thing. And of course, it's never quiet around us. And it's a little crazy. So there's TVs and there's music and then there's our kids and there's us. And it just got really quiet. But yeah, so we're in this little wing of the area, just kind of by ourselves. And we took an 18-hour break. Yesterday was chaotic. But like I was telling Lorenzo, I mean, this is real. This is what real life is for us. It's loud, it's noisy, it's not always pretty. And so sometimes we get things that like are obnoxious and loud and noisy and not pretty. But that's just how our life is right now. And it's genuine. So, I mean, we're not going to pretend that it's perfect because it's not.
Were you talking about yesterday?
Yeah.
So
and today and every day of our life.
This is our first podcast episode where it cuts into 2 days. So
This is the 48-hour podcast.
yeah. Anyway, when we can tell you the result of the game, though.
Yeah.
We went to the football game yesterday for my kids, and they lost. That's okay, though. We had fun.
But they brought the spirit, though. Your school definitely brought the spirit. And
They did.
I love that. I love that about Highland.
They did.
Like, we were playing against, Highland was playing against St. Pius, which is a private school. You know, they've got a nicely funded booster club and lots of money. And yeah, Highland does not have that. But you know what they do have? They have spirit and they have pride. And it was really cool to see the diversity of Highland yesterday at the game. And the teachers showed up for sure. So shout out to Highland High School. Go Hornets.
Yeah.
We don't care that you lost.
Definitely.
We're still fan.
And yesterday I was talking a little bit about truth and how to find truth and how do you know what is right. There's a lot of information swirling around. I'm not going to continue on that because I'm still trying to figure that out for myself. But I just think that there's just all sorts of stuff going on in my brain, and it's kind of serious. And I think that when we have a podcast where we have childcare, we can go into that.
Yeah, I
more.
think that's a conversation for a different time in a different scenario.
Right.
Probably not this one. It's a little too noisy.
Yeah. But what are you drinking?
I am having an oatmeal stout. It is, oh my gosh, it is Blue Corn Cafe's oatmeal stout. They're out of Santa Fe, here in Santa Fe. It's hard to find this in Albuquerque, actually, so I'm enjoying it here in Santa Fe, and it's home. Cheers. Dark beer always for me. And then the kids are having water because we're not terrible parents. What are you having?
I'm actually having the same as you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's rare to me. You're usually an IPA drinker, so.
I am, but I had my fill of 7K IPA yesterday. They Santa Fe Brewery, which I'm wearing my Santa Fe Brewery shirt today.
I know, you're repping Santa Fe for sure.
Santa Fe Brewing has a new IPA. It's called 7K IPA. It's called 7K because Santa Fe is 7,000 feet above sea level.
I like that.
Yeah, so Santa Fe Brewing it's good. It's good beer. But it's kind of weird. They have me marketed for sure.
They've got you pinpointed.
They got me pinpointed.
Then they're doing a great job.
Yeah,
Because you're the kind of person
I bought the
that buys-
7K IPA because it's.
Oh, I think our pizza's coming.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pause this while we get our pizza.
We just ordered pizza from Rooftop Pizza.
We're gonna
Delicious.
take a little break.
All right.
And we're back. Just had some good pizza. Working on some beer. Probably gonna do the plaza here in a minute. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But I think what I want to do is just kind of wrap this up because we've been off and on this for 2 days now.
Yeah, 14
And-
hours podcasting.
The next one, now they want to take a picture. So I think that's what we'll do. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Was there any thoughts on your mind?
Not particularly. I don't know. It's been kind of a whirlwind of a week. I feel like I'm getting used to going to kindergarten, and I'm trying to adjust to that and schedules and stuff. And I feel like there's a lot coming up in the next couple months, and my brain has not quite really gotten that yet.
You're going to the Chicago area for work. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture of you. Look.
I'm going to the Chicago area for work,
And then you're going to go see Arcade Fire.
and then I'm going to see Arcade Fire in Denver, I hope. So that's the plan. And we're going to Ruidoso for Labor Day. So I feel like we've got a bunch of stuff coming up. And I was actually asked also to be considered a nominee for our neighborhood association president. So that's a lot of work. I'm happy to accept the nomination, but I've been really thinking about what that means and what I would do and what I want to see happen in our neighborhood. So it's been kind of crazy. It's been a crazy, crazy week.
Has been crazy. So the next podcast we have, there will probably be less sound, less background noise, less chaos. If you stuck with us through this whole episode,
You're a
kudos
saint.
to you. You're a saint. You just like to
Buy yourself a beer and celebrate.
yourself a beer on yourself. I'll let you buy it.
Celebrate Christmas.
And celebrate Christmas.
Celebrate
as our 5-year-old.
Christmas, I guess. So yeah, next episode will be less background noise, less chaos. We'll have a babysitter, aka a grandparent. But yeah, you guys enjoy your week. We'll talk to you guys on the next one.
All right, take it easy.
We'll see ya.